Well, what do we have here? The chief organizers, supporters, and promoters of sabotage through social justice protests and anti war protests are now becoming the victims of their own medicine. Well, ain't that a funny thing? It's like Malcolm said back in the days. He said, the chicken have come home to roost. The chickens have come home to roost. Just imagine in 2020, the people who organized, supported, promoted, funded, okay, the sabotage of President Trump via all these massive protests across the country are all of a sudden crying foul and said, oh, no. Don't use the same game against us. Don't do what we did to President Trump. All of a sudden, they hate protests. All of a sudden, they're shutting down protests. And all of a sudden, they're calling protesters the most extreme. But in 2020, these were the same people that they love. Oh, these people need to exercise their right to protest. Oh, that is very American. We got to protect American democracy. Let them protest. And now we see, and now we understand that in 2020, that the George Floyd incident was used opportunistically to sabotage President Trump and to solidify their claim or their argument that he was a racist. And of course, that appealed to everyone. So, why? Tell me why. Why are Arab Americans and Muslim Americans surprised by the treatment that they're getting? Why are they surprised? They should realize their little $2 and $3 and $4 and $5 ain't gonna support or change policy of the Democrat Party. The policy of the Democrat Party is determined by big donors. The policy of the Democrat Party is determined by the people on the coast. So why are they surprised? Black folks have gone through this cycle of pretending to care about the values and the things that are most dear to them, hit them off a little something around election time, 6 months before election, get their vote, and as soon as the vote is gotten, then forget about them. When they're in power, forget about them. So this playbook has already been played. So why all of a sudden Muslim Americans or Arab Americans think that they were going to be so different? That, oh, they were going to be treated so different. If they were paying attention and they saw what happened to black folks who voted 97% for the last 50 years, if they were paying attention, they would have seen what happened to them. I don't know why they think that they're so unique, that they voted 69% for the Democrats. And, oh, we're not voting again. In 2024, we're going to send a serious message to Biden. Well, how could he dare do this to us? Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised? You think all the people who funded all these protests in the name of George Floyd really cared about George Floyd? You honestly believe these people cared about George Floyd? Let me give you the litmus test. Okay? Subsequent to coming in power, subsequent, okay, to winning the elections, there were several George Floyds who got cut down in America. Did anybody protest? As a matter of fact, there was a pregnant woman, okay, who stole, or they claim or alleged to have stolen some alcohol in a liquor store, and she was gunned down by police. Where was the outrage? Where was the protest in the street? That is because there's not an upcoming election. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to fund protests Nobody's going to give money in the name of this lady, poor lady that, that lost her life and her child's life. Nobody's going to jump on that cause. And the race hustlers and the race baiters and the racketeers, guess what? They're not going to jump on that cause because there's no money to be made in it. But I guarantee you, if something like that happens around election time, ooh, boy, you'll see all the big donors coming in. Oh, let's support the social justice cause. Finally, a lot of you see what I've been telling you prior to 2020, what we have known for years before 2020. They always tell you, look at the action of a man or people to judge them. Not what they say, but exactly what they do. So, oh boy, the chickens have come home to roost. They have rattled the snakes in 2020, okay? Empty the bucket of snakes in the neighbor's yard. But guess what? When you empty snakes in the neighbor's yard, they don't stay in the neighbor's yard. They come back to your yard. And guess what? When you're doing your lawn or when you're doing your backyard, you just might find the very same serpents who may just wrap themselves around your legs and trip you up. And that is exactly what happened. They created all these social justice warriors and protesters and set the stage. And now all of a sudden, they don't like protesters. Oh, how could our universities breed people like this? Oh, look at these people. Look at what they're doing in university. Oh my goodness. What sort of people are we creating in the education system? Now they want to shut down professors. They want to shut down students. Oh, they want to call them all kind of outrageous, evil names. They want to allege things to them that are not true. But I thought you guys love protesters. All of a sudden, you don't like protesters? All of a sudden, you don't want people to call out things that they think are unjust? Trump wasn't supporting any unjust war, any part of the world. A matter of fact, quite to the contrary. Trump wasn't supporting any indiscriminate, unregulated war and violence, no part of the world. But yet still, you all said, you guys said it. Oh, President Trump, oh, he's going to get us into World War III. Oh my God, I don't trust him. He's definitely going to cause World War III. Now look at you guys eat your words right now. Does it taste good? Eating your words right now, does it taste good? Just remember, all of this protest, all of this funding of this protest, all of this promotion of this protest in 2020 was done to rile you up and to get your vote. That is all it was done for. And the only one who didn't realize the game or the racket was you, the voter. If you look at the fact, the very people who vote 97% for the Democrats are the ones that they jailed the most in 1994 crime bill. Those are the ones that they helped to increase the prison population by 800%. But oh no, they love you guys. They love you guys. And oh no, Trump? Yeah, Trump is a racist. So remember, when you think about it, nobody deceived you. You deceived your own self. And I have a strange feeling that you would deceive yourselves again next year, 2024. There's going to be a new cause to rally you around, to rile you up, and give you something new to protest for, and to play with your emotions, and to get your vote again. Hopefully, you guys would prove me wrong. And on that note, this is Spasian TV, and I am your host, Hanovi. Hopefully, you'll open your eyes Open your ears, listen carefully, observe, and be woke. Not in the sense of their woke, but in the true sense of woke, where you will use your intellect, your sense of reasoning, and not emotions. And then you'll be able to come to right conclusions and make decisions that would be truly in your best interests. Enjoy your weekend.